The Trump administration suffered another loss in federal court over their immigration crackdown in Chicago on Wednesday, this time over their warrantless detention of a beloved daycare worker.
You want to see what real independent journalism funded by the people for the people looks like?
You ever heard a story like this in America?
You're looking at it.
Congratulations for always being somewhere where mainstream media is not.
Flint, Michigan.
See you in Nevada.
Thanks to people like you, we could get the truth. Corporate media, they've been lying to us for years, and you're going straight to the people.
You are the man. I'm glad you're here.
For as low as 16 cents a day, you'll keep us on the ground, covering the important stories the corporate media covers up.
I'm JT Siskowski for Status Coup. The Trump administration has been suffering a lot of losses in federal court lately. That shouldn't surprise you if you've been following what's been happening in Chicago and the way that this administration has been conducting itself and the way that it has been denying due process to people, profiling them, separating families, and creating a lot of enemies in terms of people there in the city. This is the story that was just published by the Chicago Tribune. Judge rules mandatory detention of Chicago daycare teacher by ICE is illegal, by Gregory Royal Pratt. A federal judge ruled Wednesday that the U.S. government's mandatory detention of Diana Patricia Santiago Gayano, the daycare teacher arrested in a Chicago preschool, is illegal and she must be given a bond hearing. Before I go any further, what's important to know about Santiana's story is that she has become a real poster child for what the Trump administration has been doing in Chicago. She's a beloved member of the community there. The video of her arrest was very shocking. It was all over social media, and it spurred immediate backlash. But Santiana is not the only person being held by ICE and the Department of Homeland Security without a bond hearing. A federal judge just earlier today also ruled that some 600 plus detainees from Operation Midway Blitz in Chicago, that's the name for the Department of Homeland Security's action there in the city, need to be released on bond unless the federal government can make an argument for why some of these people need to continue to be detained for public safety reasons. But in the vast majority of cases, it's very likely that these people are going to have the opportunity to bond out of federal custody. According to the ruling by U.S. District Judge Jeremy Daniels, Santiana will be given a bond hearing in front of an immigration judge who could order her released while her civil deportation case proceeds. Her hearing is scheduled for Tuesday. Quote, the court has recognized that Deanna and scores of others like her should not be in custody indefinitely. This is an important step on Deanna's path to returning home where she belongs, her attorney said. Scores of others like her, and scores is not an exaggeration. It's 600 plus who are involved in the class action lawsuit that just got a judge to rule that those folks needed to have an opportunity to bond out as well. And it's more than 3,000 people who have been apprehended by the federal government or held in some sort of immigration case in the Chicagoland area in just the last few months. Santiana's case has generated widespread backlash. In a video circulated online, federal agents are seen pulling the screaming woman, a mother of two, from Colombia through the glass vestibule at the Rayito de Sol Spanish Immersion Early Learning Center in North Center in the early morning hours of November 5th. She is heard crying, "I have papers," in Spanish as agents pin her against the officer's car. And it was that public scene of the way that she was apprehended that really, I think, resonated with people in Chicago right now, despite so many of these operations happening across the city. I've been reporting there on the ground for more than a month now between myself and John Farina. We have been down there for the last 2 months reporting on the ground, and John was there and captured the reaction from parents and from families who said that they felt like they were being dehumanized.
And then my worst nightmare came true. She's no longer there. But, you know, all these children have been traumatized by what has happened. To see their teacher dragged out so violently, as if she were not a person. And that's what's happening to us. We are being dehumanized. It's sick. It's white supremacy, and it's something that as a culture we need to reckon with, because that's where it comes from. We're being targeted because we're brown. And how fucking sick is that in 2025? Like, what is happening?
And these parents also made a plea to other families across the Chicagoland area and across the country, asking them to put themselves in their shoes. How would you feel if your child's caregiver was pulled violently from the building in front of children?
We are enraged. I am the mother of 2 children who are at this daycare. Every single one of the daycare workers is afraid. Imagine taking your child to a daycare where they are now at risk of their teachers leaving them in the class because they have been detained for being brown, for speaking Spanish. My family came here to improve our situation. I am proud. I am proud of where I come from. I am proud of what my parents have done for me. I am proud of the opportunities that I have been afforded.
While Santiana's story has resonated with people in the Chicagoland area, I just want to reiterate, her story is not unique. It has happened to hundreds, to thousands of people just in and around Chicago, Illinois. Then you multiply that pain across cities across the country, a country of hundreds of millions of people. What is the impact that that is having on families? What is the impact that that is having on communities? What is the impact that that is having on the children who witness this violent police action happening in this country right now? We've been unafraid to tell you the truth of what's happening in Chicago and across the country, and with your support, we will continue to do so. If you go to statuscoup.com/join, $5 a month goes to support our on-the-ground reporting in Chicago to continue to shed light on what is happening in this country right now and what this administration is doing in your name.